All right. The internet keeps dying. Um, Seems to happen every time that people are actually listening. I ended up having computer problems that continue to exist until people no longer care, and then magically my computer will stop having as many issues. It's kind of screwy. This guy started to talk about a little bit more about my situation. Um, One of the things that he had up there was where I was asking people to stop my friends wanting to defend me on Facebook. I was speaking specifically about a guy named Morgan McNeese. There were about 5 or 6 people that were doing it, but Morgan was pretty heavy into it. Dude, fucking give me everything I need to defend you. Like, I don't need you to defend me on Facebook. Go find Natalie, please. Don't argue with her family. They're a bunch of pieces of shit. Just go find Natalie. Alicia went down to Boulder, Colorado after Natalie disappeared, went down to the band shell and was screaming at other homeless people, wanted to know where I was at. Apparently, she brought a male with her, and they were intending on doing me bodily harm. I am assuming that that male was Dalton Crawford. Boy, oh boy, I'd like that little pansy ass to come put his nasty cock beaters on me. I really would. I'd like Tim Beeson to come put his nasty cock beaters on me. Of course, things are different now. Before, I would have just let him beat me up. Matter of fact, I would have dug my own hole if he was willing to kill me. Of course, if somebody wants to put their nasty cock beaters on me now, I do have to rethink the situation. I have to defend myself. If you're not willing to kill me, I am going to defend myself. If you want to put a hole in my head, come do it and I'll help you. I will literally help you to kill me. Don't be a bitch. Now, some of the stuff that he's posting up there, it's not entirely correct. Of course, he's not friends with me on Facebook and hasn't gone through all of that stuff. So, what can I expect? Can I blame Rob for that? I suppose I could. It wouldn't make it right. The whole time that that was going on, I was in contact with police officers, former police officers, so on and so forth. I knew that they found Natalie's killer a day before everybody else did. Why? Winchell's Donut Shop. I went to Winchell's Donut Shop in Longmont, Colorado, and I spent a lot of money there so that I could use their internet. And so the guy who was helping me, Brian Townsend, sorry, aka Chaos. By the way, he's another victim of Matty Boa's. This isn't the first time that Matty Boa has gone spreading rumors like that. It's not. She spread rumors like that about Chaos. That's the reason he was in Longmont instead of Boulder. Now, there's a lot of things that he was saying that are still incredibly wrong. Like, he made the assumption that the reason that I was trying to get a hold of Natalie, despite the fact that I've said thousands of times in my videos and typed it out thousands of times, that I was trying to get a hold of Natalie after I left Virginia to get her to call off the fucking abuse that I was taking, the actual physical violence that I was enduring over crimes I didn't commit, because she thought that telling a little white lie so that she wouldn't get in trouble would be fine. Except it's not fine because an innocent man was being harmed for that entire year. She went back to her predators, and I had to go back to my predators for help. How fucked up is that? Sean, say hi. I'm your biggest fan. Sean, are you ignoring me? No. Okay is somebody who was on one of them other sites too, and he wanted a heart. He wanted me to give him a heart. Everybody needs a little heart. So I gave okay a heart on that message. He just typed, "That's fucked up, Sean." It says, "This message is held for review, but I'm going to press show." And you're right, okay. I did give you a heart. The thing is that I wasn't getting a hold of her because I knew how fucked up her life was. I wasn't even trying to find anything out about her life. I didn't care what was going on in her life at that point. I cared about seeing my loved ones and stopping the abuse. I cared about being able to go see my older brother without being threatened, harassed, or assaulted. I cared about being able to go see Christine and Alex and Chelsea and Lexi and Ogre and Mandy and 100 others. See, I was cut off from being able to see all of my loved ones, all of the positivity that I had in my life before I hurt my back. I was cut off from that after I hurt my back. But then I got a vehicle that worked, and hopefully things were going to get better from there. But they didn't get better from there. After Virginia, when Natalie decided she was going to spread all that slander and make all those outrageous claims that were fucking bullshit, and everybody fucking knows it. Show me one fucking threat from Virginia. One. Show me just one. That's all I've been asking for. Proof of just one threat against in Virginia. Just one. You can't even produce a single threat. But you wanted to go threatening or go spreading rumors that I had threatened you and had your friends physically harm me because I threatened you. Had your friends threatened to kill my friends and my family because I threatened you, and you have yet to produce that goddamn threat. Where is that threat? It's not my fault that Maddie Bowe was strung out on fucking meth. It's not my fault that Alicia Bollinger and Ted Bollinger and Natalie Bollinger were all strung out on meth. Those are not my fault. Those are not my decisions. And me being harmed for their decisions is also not a choice that I made. I'm not doing better than I was, Space Duck. I'm doing worse. And Kendra Butler says, "Sorry you had to go through that. God bless you, sir." I don't believe in God anymore. I'm still going through it. I've had over 40 court dates. 40 in the last 3 years related to everything to do with Natalie Bollinger. All of these situations that I was forced into, all of these places that I went, all as a result of what happened to Natalie Bollinger. Ending up homeless because of Natalie Bollinger. Ending up with all of my money being stolen because of Natalie Bollinger. Kendra Butler, I'm sure now I also have PTSD. No one won in this situation. You're right. Lucky me, I had PTSD from being raped child in the system already. Lucky me, I already knew the tactics that are used against the poor and the homeless. Lucky me, I saw all this coming before it ever happened. Lucky me, I couldn't get anybody to listen, so it happened anyway. Those who do not know their history are doomed to repeat it. And those who do know their history are so few and far between that they get to just watch. They know it's coming. They already know it's coming, but all they can do is watch. Good spirits typed, "I don't either." They don't know when to quit, even when you're innocent. They don't give a damn about knowing with themselves. You're right. And you know what? Because of what I went through as a kid, because my parents chose drugs over their children, just like Natalie's parents and Alicia's parents. Natalie's mother chose abusive men and alcohol over her own daughters. Ted Bollinger decided that doing drugs, getting drunk, beating them, and fucking them was the fatherly thing to do. When Natalie was killed, both of her stepmothers got a hold of me and said, you had more of a reaction to her death than Ted did. They thought Ted killed her too. There's a reason for that. I thought Ted killed Natalie because I exposed him for what he did with her email. I was wrong. It's not the first time I've been wrong, and it won't be the last. It's difficult to make the right decision when people are lying out their asses at you. When an officer says, yeah, we're going to take you somewhere where you can make a report, and then they take you to a fucking hospital and try to have you injected with fucking drugs, you tell them, no, you don't want to deal with me on those drugs. You do not want to put those in me. What you want to do is get a fucking police officer here now. You don't want to put those drugs in me. And then they put the drugs in me, and exactly what I told them would happen if they put the drugs in me happens. And then they're like, oh, well, you're a criminal now. They assaulted me and forced drugs into me when I wasn't being violent. You forced drugs into me and assaulted me for asking for a police officer. I haven't gotten through the entire video. I am now at 16 minutes and 33 seconds. And of course, for about the last 8 minutes or so, he's been saying a lot nicer things. He does still get a shit ton of it wrong, though. That's why I'm making this video. Now, I'm going to get through all of it eventually. But I said that I would correct it as best I can as we go through it. Now, albeit a lot of my videos, you only get a couple of minutes out of everything that I had to say, but at least something gets posted, right? Natalie, when she disappeared, despite the shit that she put me through, I was trying to help find her and get her safe. I offered her every penny that I had, despite the shit that she and her family and her druggy friends had put me through over their addictions, over the willingness to admit that they fucked up. Despite all of that, when she disappeared, I was hell-bent on helping to find her and get her home safe. The messages between her show that when I messaged her, I messaged her up until I got the protection order. After that, well, I just had to wait on Jeff Ritter to keep his word, which he never did. And I didn't message her again